Hey y'all, my name is Ben. I'm a hillbilly, I'm a redneck, I'm a Buddhist, and I love everyone. So this morning I was online there and I stumbled across this story. And it's heart wrenching, wrenching, whatever. It's just a terrible situation. It's sad. It's sad, and I'll even go as far as say it's despicable. It's plain despicable. I'm gonna leave the story down there below in the description box. I need to preface though, y'all. Here's the thing. I'm against the drug war. Totally against the drug war. I think it's just violence, and prohibition just breeds more violence. We learned that back in the 1920s. I'm against the drug war. I'm against all war. I'm against violence. I'm against violence on any creature. Anyway, this feller, his name is Matthew Charles. Matthew Charles. Remember that name. Hell, hashtag free Matthew Charles. This feller got arrested in the 1990s for selling crack to an undercover informant there. Okay? He spent 21 years in prison. But in 2016, Obama had this program where he reduced some sentences there, and he's one of them fellers. We'll come to find out. So Mr. Charles got released in 2016. Well, now, I guess a couple days ago, the court said, oh, guess what? 2 years later, oh, shoot, we made a mistake. Our bad. You got to go back for your whole term, which is his term is 35 years. He spent over half his life in prison, which he's been 21 years in prison, almost half his life. He's in his 50s now. But I reckon he's got to go back and do another 14 years. I'm not sure exactly. He'd been out for 2 years. Okay, let me tell you something about this Mr. Charles. But he came, I know this is no excuse. And the reason they say he's got to go back is because he was a career offender, because he'd been in prison before. I don't know what he was in prison before. Didn't look that far into it. But here's the thing. Mr. Charles is totally rehabilitated. He's got a job, steady employment. He's got his own place, working out with his family. He's got a girlfriend. Volunteers on the weekends. And here's the thing. While Mr. Charles was in prison, okay, he taught GED classes. He became a certified court clerk. He was like teaching fellers how to read. I mean, this feller is totally rehabilitated. There ain't no sense in sending him back. Not at all. It's despicable. Imagine that, being out of jail for prison for 2 years and telling you how to go back because, whoops, we're sorry, we made a mistake. I mean, if the dude was a violent offender, I could, okay, man, get the violent people off the streets. I understand that part, but he ain't. He's a 50-year-old man, or 50, I don't know how old he is, but he's in his 50s. He's been in prison 21 years. That's plenty of time. I mean, the man, he sounds like a great guy. It's just sad, y'all. I made another video. It was longer. I don't even know what I was talking about, but I had to clean it up a little bit. I don't know how to edit. I don't even know what to do about this, y'all. It's just sad. Read the article. I mean, there's everything about this guy. He taught GED, certified clerk. He'd help fellers that were in jail after their lawyer had moved on, you know. Charles kept the secrets of those who were illiterate so they wouldn't face ridicule or harassment. He read them letters from the court and drafted filings for them. Organized Bible studies and counseled newcomers. Oh, and here's another thing, y'all. They could have put him in jail or to serve out this unnecessary extension of his sentence. They could have put him in Kentucky, because I reckon his kin are in Tennessee or in Nashville. But they're sending him, I don't know, 9 hours away, maybe South Carolina. I mean, and they're putting him in a medium security prison. Why? The feller's done been rehabilitated. He can go to minimum security. He don't need to go to prison at all, but it's just none of this is right. It's just all wrong. You know, like I said, if the feller was violent, I understand, but he ain't. He's totally rehabilitated, and he's a productive citizen. So instead of paying taxes and whatever contributing, you're putting him back in prison where he's going to suck up tax money. It makes no sense. I don't know, y'all. I could go on and on and on, but I mean, this whole drug war's got to stop. And Mr. Charles don't need to do another lick of time, no more. He done his time. He did 21 years. He paid his debt, and he needs to be set free. I don't know how to do it, but you know, he needs to be pardoned either by, I guess it's federal, so it had to be like Trump got to pardon him. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I hope he does. But read the article, y'all. This Matthew Charles, Mr. Charles, needs to be free. He done his time. This is just despicable. It's sad. It's sad. It's disgusting. Makes no sense at all. No sense at all. You know, the feller, Mr. Charles, was, you know, coming from a very abusive, his daddy was really abusive, and he just built up bears, and he went into the Army. I don't know if he was, it seemed like he served his time in the Army or did his term there, and he came out and he was back in the old situation he was in before, you know. I don't know. There's enough in this story for everybody to get behind, no matter what you believe. So anyway, look into it. If you got any pull, do something about it. I know I don't reach nobody, but hell, somebody need to talk about it. Free Matthew Charles, y'all. My name is Ben. I'm a hillbilly. I'm a redneck. I'm a Buddhist. And I love everyone. I love you. Peace.